Hello, welcome to the Deltahead stream. I am James Howell. I am adjusting it with a magic wand here. Hi, thank you for joining us in the Deltahead stream, starting just a couple of minutes late. And we'll give folks a second to trickle in here as I myself access my own stream. Okay. Hey Josh, it's great to see you. Hold on a second. And we'll give folks a second to yeah, we don't need to. Here. Yeah. I myself. Oh, okay. Hold on. God, technology. All right, there we go. Robots stay there. Yeah, well, the vortex lives as it dies, which is recursively, you see. Let's see, turn that down to a level where we're going to get minimal echo. All right. And I have something approximating a controller right here. Hey, cool. So, get that a little closer. Nifty. So, good evening. How are you tonight? I am doing a-okay. It's been a hell of a week here in Seattle, or the greater Seattle area where I'm located. Apparently the police and protesters got into a pretty big fight over the at Capitol Hill, the Capitol Hill exoneration zone. Not exoneration, that's the wrong word. In fact, it's probably the exact opposite word of what I mean. It's CHAZ. Basically, Capitol Hill put up barriers and established medic tents for the protesters and made itself its own little safe zone from the police. And the police promptly showed up and did what they have been doing, which is not welcome. And so yeah, it's been a week here, a couple of weeks in Seattle. And on that note, just gonna give this a couple of minutes so folks can trickle in. While I'm waiting for that, I can show you what my haul was this week. So we have, in the Seattle area, just entered into phase 1.5 of reopening. And this, of course, means that I have availed myself of the game stores that I've been unable to patronize in the the past few months. So I went out and I picked up. It's kind of neat doing streaming now, because now I have a reason to kind of drop some money on games that I might not play otherwise, but if I'm going to be doing it with people in this format, then sure, why not? So I'm thinking about doing a series of streams on the GunCon 2, which is a PS2 gun peripheral. I've got Dino Stalker, which is a Dino Crisis series shooter. I have Resident Evil Dead Aim, which is another RE themed shooter, and I also picked up this. So I picked up this Time Crisis 3, one of the other shooters. I think there's like 8 games total. Hold on, I'm going to turn down the light here. I think there's like 8 games total for that specific peripheral. And all right. Yeah, there's 8 games total for that specific peripheral, so I mean, it's conceivable that if they are like at an arcade pace at that kind of speed, you could probably do them in a couple of months if you had like one stream per game. But yeah, so that's neat. Time Crisis Arcade, yeah, Time Crisis arcade games and Daytona USA, like those two are just like, they are icons of a very particular time of American arcades. And yeah, that's very special. So I got that. I've got this, which I'm finally getting around to playing, which is a game that I am told I am going to love, and I fully believe it because, you know, I love, oh God, what's his name? Devil May Cry 3 guy. Infamous on Twitter for blocking people. Well, I'm sure it'll come to me later. Anyway, great games. Love them. We'll love this one. This one is also precious. I remember I actually played this on an original Xbox that I borrowed from my younger brother when it first came out back in 2000. What am I looking at here? What's our copyright? 2006. I got this when it came out in 2006 and played some of the missions, and it's janky, of course, but it's also a very particular snapshot of meme or proto memes that were popular back then the internet then. So that's going to be fun. And this is the jewel of the trip, which is Kingsfield, the Ancient City, which is the fourth game in the Kingsfield series. This is the only one that was on PlayStation 2. I'm very excited about this one. I actually remember that I have a game of Shadow Tower midway through. I was clicking through the bestiary on that, and I just remembered like how good that is. Also not seen here is a game, one of two games that I would like to stream sequentially, kind of in the same way that we're doing all the B rank Silent Hills this time through. Is the Kane and Lynch games. I remember it's very dark comedy, but it's basically like it's kind of like if you take like a game set in a sort of Yakuza series style setting of organized crime and that sort of gritty world, but you just populate your main characters with two guys who literally cannot make a good choice. And it's not even like fate set up against them. It's like they themselves are kind of too stupid to make the right choice, and it's really funny. I remember enjoying it a lot. That particular has a real Proto Souls to it. Cool. Yeah, one of the things I'm looking forward to is a game experience that has the sort of found narrative feeling. Let's see, I'm gonna move you over here, fella. Found narrative feeling. So that's pretty cool. And also, the local game store was selling game manuals independent of the games themselves. So I got a Game Boy Marble Madness manual. That's pretty good. I got a iMagic Microsurgeon manual, and that's nifty. It actually comes with all of the levels laid out in a center spread. That's cool. Swords and Serpents, which I have not dug through yet, but a couple of also Intellivision cartridges. Utopia, Snafu, and my favorite, Burger Time. Maybe the lowest spec Burger Time available. I don't know, maybe the Atari was a little bit lower. So, but yeah, we've had a few minutes for anybody to trickle in. So now is a good time to mention that this stream, as with the past couple of streams, probably, yeah, it's been about a week, is sort of signal boosting an initiative by Poorly Timed Games, which is a studio that I write and do narrative design with. They have a donation matching campaign up for protesters that have been jailed. It's a bail fund basically for protesters. And if you go to their Twitter, Poorly Timed Game singular, or if you look at my Twitter, you'll see the retweet of their donation matching campaign. If you follow the Act Blue link, they've vetted it. It's secure. It's a legit resource. And make a donation, either send them a DM or respond to their campaign in that Twitter thread, they'll match it. So, yeah, they're good people. Now, this is one thing, before we jump straight into it, I found this. I was just like browsing through the PlayStation catalog, now that I have a new way to sort of like experience my PS3 with the DualShock 4 controller. I've been going through and looking for new games. This one is Tecmo's Deception, and it's very interesting the way that they make the the title here. I want to see if I can pull up the cover, because I think it is. I think the game's title is it should be Deception, Invitation to Darkness, but they branded it by making Tecmos as the part of the title itself, which is very strange. And I'm interested to see if this does in fact actually involve Tecmo in any serious way. So just one second, this will finish installing. We're not going to play this. I just want to take a look at the art here. Let's see. Oh no, it doesn't really blow it up. Making a deal with Satan. At the moment of your death, you are given command of the castle of the damned and must steal the souls of invaders to resurrect him. Satan's dead? Or maybe you're resurrecting yourself. That's really interesting. But yeah, it kind of makes me think of the description sounds like I think the title of it used to be Holy Invasion of Privacy Badman. It's like a kind of like a dungeon creator. You've got a dragon warrior style, Dragon Quest style hero that comes in, and you have to set monsters for him to battle through. But yeah, this sounds metal as hell. So I'm looking forward to that. But you go away now. Now we are on Silent Hill Homecoming. So as always, the setup here is a little more stable than it has been before, but if there's anything off with the balance, the audio balance, let me know and I'll jump back to the computer and fix it. Let's see, no signal. What friend are you doing? Okay, good. Oh, weird. I never noticed you could see Josh there at the... oh yeah, there's a character in here named Josh, so if that might be a source of confusion. If it is said out of aggravation or suspicion, it's not directed at you. Yeah, no, they really threw the emo isn't the word I'm looking for. Yeah, the goth rock feel right around Silent Hill 3, Silent Hill 4. So yeah, the premise of this, for those who don't know and missed the first part, you play Alex Shepard, who is returning home from what we understand to be a stint in the Army and then some time in the Army hospital. He has been discharged and is going home to Shepherd City, which is adjacent to Toluca Lake, which is the lake that is next to Silent Hill. He arrives in Shepherd's Glen. He finds the typical Silent Hill fog, finds his mom mysteriously living in the basement of his home. She has crawled her way out of the sludge, and Alex is looking for his younger brother named Josh. Yeah, as of our last playthrough, Alex entered a cemetery, found a watch inside an empty casket isn't the right word, mausoleum tomb. There's a word for it that I'm not thinking of. Anyway, an empty tomb, and then started having the Silent Hill ear ringing, passed out, woke up in Silent Hill, not Shepherd's Glen, and we have just broken into a hospital. Was that a glimpse of Pyramid Head? Well. Alright, there we go. Well, I guess it's not a spoiler to say, yes, it literally was. Because that's what it showed. So, yeah. Yeah, it's something that is neat about playing this game this time is, I think the last time I played this initially right when it came out, and I just beat it forward and backwards. Yeah, the last time I played this to revisit it ended at this spot almost exactly a year ago. Only acceptable if James is hanging around. Personally, I think the same thing. I think that Pyramid Head as an element of the Silent Hill sort of atmosphere and mythos is fantastic. Oh, you know what? I did not update the stream name. Hold on a second before we do this. Yeah, as part of the Silent Hill mythos, I prefer that that remain sort of exclusive to James Sunderland. But here we go. I bet I can do this while I am even online. Silent Hill Homecoming, not in VR. That is not an option here. Last time I streamed this, I discovered the power of accurately naming the game that you're playing. Because we had somebody who was a Silent Hill speedrunner. That's not part 4, it's part 2. We had somebody who was a Silent Hill speedrunner show up and offer some really great insights while playing, so that's pretty cool. Alright, let's hop back over. I'm looking forward to replacing this old TV with something with a remote control. Yeah, I think that Silent Hill 1 and 2 had the benefit of like not having an established not having an established experience that they need to be loyal to. You know how it kind of goes. Like it was true with Zelda, with Mario, even the Japanese Super Mario 2, which was just kind of like brutally hard. The first game creates an experience. The second game kind of doubles down and tries to make it different in some significant way. So it's then they kind of like figure out what the identity is, and they stick with that. And I feel like Silent Hills 1 and 2 both managed to hit a unique, fascinating stride. And they kind of want, it's like they kind of try to get the best of both worlds. They try to have the psychological profiling element of Silent Hill 2 with the cult element of Silent Hill 1. I don't know quite how well I feel that works.
Josh, are you in there?
No one comes to visit anymore.
That is an awfully large hole to be talking through.
I wish I could remember.
Who left you here all alone? Everyone else is
Yeah,
gone.
yeah, they started outsourcing the design and
understand
narrative
that.
to.
It's
I think
hard to
this one was an American developer. Silent Hill Shattered Memories, I think, was European.
Tell me what you need. I'll see what I can do.
so difficult to remember. The warm sunlight dancing.
Well, one thing that I think,
the smell of
this isn't universally true across all Western storytelling, but I think it is a preference to have any unknowns answered for or accounted for.
And I'll give you what you
And
need.
How will I know when
I think a negative consequence of that, it does take away some of the magic of what makes Silent Hill.
Okay,
Let's see,
I'll look
there
around.
we go. Silent Hill,
You have a kind voice.
which is the element of unknowability. So, but with that said, even though this game was not really well received by fans of Silent Hill, I actually really liked it. Actually, that might be a little too low here. All right, good. I really liked it. I think they told a story that's pretty interesting, that had me guessing toward the end, and felt like a worthwhile journey. Yeah, well, you know, nothing like Nothing says game developer like iterating on the fly. My illness continues to worsen, but it gives me great comfort that my Carol and I can find solace in the beautiful garden you've created. Thank you so much, Clayton. So Clayton and Carol. Clayton and Carol, and who is our third character? No, actually just finished playing that one. That was Silent Hill Shattered Memories. If you look in the stream archives, I think I need to go back and I need to save some of them. But yeah, I've got a full playthrough of that from start to finish. And takeaway is that the design concept is kind of brilliant, and I really enjoyed it. But the execution was lacking in some parts. It seemed a little overzealous in the desire to titillate and you know, be kind of sexy, and it just kind of comes off being juvenile and immature. But for all of that, the game and the experience, and even the final message that it comes away with, the sort of the reveal, is quite powerful. So I actually forgot what I was looking at it for. Sam, that's it. Sam, Clayton, and Carol. Ugh. So I cannot fit through there because it is full of bugs. I don't know if this game was ever released on PC. One of the things that I really enjoyed about Silent Hills 1 and 2 being, you know, PS1 and PS2 discs that ultimately had, you know, Windows-based tools, excuse me, for hacking the visuals and the audio to see everything that was on the disc, was that you could see a lot of the stuff that was cut or repurposed or whatnot. And you could also kind of get a better sense of what the Portishead posters were and all that stuff. And I would be very interested to see that for this game. That's funny. It prefaces with "it says," and I would assume that it would just say it. 405 scares me. I left my ducky in there. Alright, well, ducky and 405, here I come. Dearest Sam, I can't describe how much my life has turned a corner since you begun tending the atrium. Clayton's illness slowly taking its toll. I felt so lost and alone. Your presence and your gift in restoring the garden, it's the single ray of light in my tired life, and it brings me joy. Thank you for the many wonderful evenings we've spent together. It will be different, better, when I no longer have to pretend. Oh dear. Clayton, I'm so sorry. Always wrote the status of your ducky on the walls. I mean, honestly, I don't know where else you go for ducky updates. It's just the place people are gonna look. Let's see. There we go. Just refamiliarizing myself with the combat there. Did I come through here? No, I did not. Gross. Actually, Josh, I'm curious about your opinion on something. What do you think the viability of streaming King's Field 4? I'm thinking of something that I would like to do. On the other hand, it could be one of those games that, like a lot of first-person RPGs, might be so much closer to the player's experience that it's not very fun to watch. Oh, well, I'm guessing this reflects, in some ways, Clayton's scenario. There's the oxygen tank, there's a service tray, wheelchair, etc. So, yeah. Clayton, Sam's, and Carol's stories are the ones that we are visiting here. And I'm guessing that the woman in the room is probably Carol. Or her ghost. Yeah. Yeah, it is. I just feel like I don't know. It's like when you're watching a first-person game, uh, there's almost like no signaling what the player's intent is. So you're just kind of like watching things happening and processing it after the fact. Whereas with a third-person game, I feel like there are, as an audience, you have more bearings to kind of understand what the decisions are going to be. Whew. That's a tough experience there, Clayton. I hear. Oh, cool. J idiosyncrasy. All right, that's legit. I can accept this. Do love killing giant cockroaches with an axe. Clayton Doyle. That's true. That's true. I have enjoyed the experience of starting a game with folks and seeing it through to the end. Um, oh, God. So, if possible... Boy. Jesus. Okay, so heavy weapons don't work so well on them. That sounds like a plan. Where's my controls? There we go. So now, yeah, I was coming down this way. Oh, yes, no, you're not in the hospital. The nurses, I, you know, the best I can think, so we do have Clayton here, who was put up in the hotel, apparently while dying. So maybe the nurses are justified being there because there is medical equipment. You can't wash it off. Kind of almost looks like Henry from Silent Hill 4, except with an eye patch. Well, at a certain point, that is, I mean, that's the one of the. Hold on a second. One of the problems that the Silent Hill games have run into is that they're very preoccupied with being Silent Hill games, and you know, being signifiably Silent Hill. Which goes from a post-structural problem to a creative problem when running a franchise. All right. Who wants some? Out of curiosity, because we do have some elements, some acoustic elements that are kind of abrasive, like the static. How's the voice to game audio balance?
This must be one of the memories that she's looking to reclaim.
Oh, that's weird. It just cycled through all 3 of the... So I have to collect 3 memories, and it just cycled through all 3 text markers that you get when you access them. I long for the days before my illness overtook me. From my window I see a large oak. The leaves are ablaze, yellow and red, and with each day more of them fall. The sun is low, shadows from its branches trail across my walls. Soon after the darkness fills the room. Please come and see me soon. I want to share one more memory with you while I still can. Love always. I'm wondering if that is Carol's memory? Like she is dead and she is now a ghost and cursed in Silent Hill? And thank you for that feedback, by the way. She's a ghost and cursed by Silent Hill, or if that's from Clayton's point of view. You know, I guess I never thought when I think of Silent Hill, I don't think of the Dutch Masters, but that's whose stuff they're buying. Oh, here we go, Josh. They do adjust Pyramid Head in this one for Alex because, like, he's supposed to be former military, and so Pyramid Head's great knife is now a combat knife. And, wondering what the... Looks like a watch fob there on the back. Yes. Oh my god, what? Okay. That was a good jump scare after the Pyramid Head appearance. And yeah, the use of just a cut, just like having him standing there. And I remember he's kind of standing there and he almost seems a little tottering. Almost seems to totter on his feet a little bit. Like he's just a little off balance, and I felt like that was a very smart way of doing it because he later proves to be very, very sturdy. Oh, okay, so I came through here. Yeah, I agree. Okay, that's right, I haven't been in here. Yeah, I agree that it was particularly brilliant in that regard. Okay. No, you're right. Remember, I was talking with Mode 7, who hasn't shown up tonight yet, but he was mentioning, or they were mentioning, that, yeah. Hold on. They were mentioning that QTEs are often used as a way of creating tension during cutscenes, but that feels abusable, and I am inclined to agree. What is this? And I think that building tension through the gameplay, through the player-controlled moments, is definitely stronger. Serum. Like, boost my health permanently? Alright, well, that gave me some sort of creepy vein flare, so I'm hoping that that was, in fact, a permanent upgrade. That's true. That's, what's the enemy? I don't remember this name, but it, it's in the hospital in Silent Hill 2, and they're basically these legs that are dangling from rectangular cages, and they sort of move in grid patterns across the ceiling. Oh, hold on.
Josh, wait!
Oh, great, these things.
What the hell? You gotta be shitting me.
Okay. Any one of those sounds could be actually something coming at you. Yes, just like that sound could be my cat coming to get me. Yeah, no, you're right. The possibility of, like, I think even in Silent Hill 1, I think does the same thing, where, like when you enter the school and the little sort of children-like enemies that have a kind of cawing sound when they attack you. What's in here? Gross. You know, you're not really given any introduction to that. They just, you hear them off camera, then you see them, and you got to deal with them. Alright, so Jim and Paul know about Carol and Ben, was his name? Sam. That's right, Carol and Sam. Why do I remember seeing some rubble? Oh, okay, I must have seen the critter must have been right there. Kind of wondering. Let's turn this up a little bit. I'm having a bit of difficulty seeing things that I think are actually a little more crucial than just atmosphere should be blocking. I'm curious, like, if you play like a horror game, do you ever follow the recommended brightness settings? Mayor Bartlett. So Mayor Bartlett was who I was chasing when I picked up the watch in the cemetery and then had the earache and then showed up in Silent Hill. Alright, so Mayor Bartlett was dragging a bag. Looks like a fertilizer bag, but suspiciously heavy, containing body, clearly. And that was seen by Paul. It's interesting. Smell of cotton candy and the sound of laughter. It's like to be young and carefree. Family is the most important thing, and our children are the future. Yeah, I struggle with that because a lot of times, I don't know, a lot of times I kind of feel like the fright is less based on what's visible in the environment and more on when things decide to show up. So I am a bad companion player in that regard, I think. Oh god, one of these things again. Ah, okay, it's got kind of a jab. Oh, weird. If I hit it at the right moment, it blocks. Appropriately grody boy. Right. But, you know, I guess if there is an intended look that varies based on, I don't know, what would I call it? You know, hue or something, and brightness affects that, then I can see it benefiting the art to be benefiting, it benefits the game that the art is viewed in the manner that it was intended to be. Alright, I look like I'm getting into some Silent Hill stuff here because I'm seeing barbed wire. So it sounds like Carol's feeling guilty. So yeah, this sounds to me. Clayton died. Carol feels guilty These postcards are her memories of
I think
life
I found all the
and
memories that
regret.
woman's looking for. I should give them back to her.
And you can't wash it off, meaning her guilt. But the visual of something falling into a lake and slipping into the dark is one that does relate to, oh god, the story with Alex. I feel like it would be better if they just automatically snapped you to the location they want you to be in when you do the finishing blow. I mean, it makes sense that they'll adjust you to a place where it makes sense spatially. But it just look better if they snap you there instead of showing the full rotation. Oh. There we go. Freddy gets so mad at you whenever you bring this up. Why? Just, I know it's not a beloved Silent Hill, but more ambitious this time. I mean, I agree that I think that it is trying to do something a little more than Silent Hill 3. And Josh, I totally see where you get that feeling from. And I kind of don't think you're wrong. I think that what this game is trying to do is it's trying to tell a Silent Hill story, but it also has to signal that it's Silent Hill because it's a sequel, and a sequel with a pedigree to live up to. And yeah, it's kind of chained to that. So it does have a Frankenstein's monster feel, but it's also telling a story that, the thing about like Silent Hill 3's story is that a lot of it is less symbolic and much more a literal extension of Silent Hill 1's, and maybe not even the most interesting parts of Silent Hill 1. So, yeah. Yeah, basically both things that Boogle just said. Hold on one second. We have to take a quick break for the greatest horror of them all. Thank you for being Cat Cop. We're going to show our criminal to the world here. Here, let's write. Here it is. This is Skylight. This is the monster at the other side of the door. Little squirm beast. Come on. Come on. This is what you're here for, right? Yep, that's right. Say goodbye. For those who cannot hear, she has been picking at the door for the past 20 minutes. Yeah, Silent Hill 3 was actually the first one that I played Um, and I didn't get a sense of why the series was good from it. Oh God! Timing is just not great. Yeah, I don't remember, honestly. There's a certain point where the line between Cat and Jay sort of blurs, and I don't, I don't know what I am. Meow. It's kind of a neat window design. But yeah, I agree. Boogle, Silent Hill 3 is not. I don't think it's the. Don't think it's the best. All right. Buddy? Okay. Yeah. Hey, Bone King. Yeah, it's good to see you. Thanks for showing up. We are dragging Silent Hill 3 during a Silent Hill Homecoming stream, and saying how much more we like Silent Hill Homecoming than Silent Hill 3. It's the transgression that's afoot. No, Silent Hill 3 definitely has. Silent Hill 3 has the. Actually, you know what? So, like, if I'm going to try to determine like what I'm considering Silent Hill 3, or what I'm considering like the Silent Hill experience, so it's the cult stuff from Silent Hill 1 that seems to be the brand. There's the psychological profiling story from Silent Hill 2, and then there's the kind of the grunge atmosphere, the Heather Mason grunge from Silent Hill 3. I think you kind of see all of those kind of rolled up together in Silent Hill 4. Maybe the first time they all appear in one single package. And I mean, I really like Silent Hill 4. I like the B tier Silent Hills, not more than 1 and 2, but let's see. I think that the story that they tell in this one is a little more interesting. I feel like the way that the story unfolds in Silent Hill 3 tries to be a little too literal of a follow-up to Silent Hill 1. I mean, it kind of follows up on the thing. Oh God, things that I'm not particularly interested in. I don't quite know what the dodge I'm looking for is here. Combat against the nurses, I've never gotten a good feel for what I'm being asked to do on that. Anyway, sorry, hold on. Let me catch up here. No, I kind of feel like... So, okay, how to qualify this. I like Silent Hill 4 better than this game, too, to be clear. I think probably the biggest drag on Silent Hill 3 for me is that it is still in the immediate family of original Silent Hill games where it's setting the pace, but I also feel like it misread the room in terms of what was really brilliant about the Silent Hill games. Um, and I feel like it set a pace that all the other games. I'm not that interested in that elevator. I feel like it set a pace that all the other games felt obligated to follow, which is why this one's about the cult. I mean, Shattered Memories is the one that came closest to, kind of looking at Silent Hill 2, kind of seeing why it was brilliant and why it was a really good character study, and then following through on that. Um, but yeah, then outside of that, you just got a bunch of cult stuff, which just isn't super interesting to me. No, it's fine. You're fine. Don't worry. I am a-okay with people not liking the things that I like, and I think that's actually a little more interesting than just agreeing to agree. So don't worry about it. The plot is backloaded. I think that like So okay, the things that I like about the story in this game. I mean, I appreciate the resistance because then it kind of forces you to clarify what you're looking at here. Um, I think I've forgotten a little bit about where exactly I'm heading. I think it's over here. Um, but all right, no, this is the room that freed up when Pyramid Head showed up. I think this is the room that I came through, and that's where I need to drop down, right? I think it's interesting because it like kind of takes this idea of what if Silent Hill as a phenomenon were what if whatever is going on there were regional and there were like another take on it, and so they, oh Jesus Christ. Hold on. Now, I'm going to say that I pressed the trigger button on that one. There we go. Cool. Yeah, no, I think probably the hotel is probably like one of the worst areas to introduce it on. This is not its strongest area. The area that we played through in the first one, was it the graveyard? I enjoy that because it gives me a very New England feel, which is one of the things that I kind of enjoy about the Silent Hill games is how deeply they embrace their setting uh, in in terms of being a particular kind of America and embedding it in a lot of early European colonist settlements, deriving a kind of evil from that. I think is really fascinating, and in particular, a kind of evil that becomes monstrous when a sort of monotheistic good and evil worldview matches or sort of like overwrites itself on top of indigenous spirituality. It's very interesting, and has a kind of has a reflective quality that I appreciate. Which one am I overriding? Yeah, this one right here. And so the graveyard in this one, I think the epitaphs could have used a little more work to emphasize this feel, if in fact my impression is where it should be going.
Is this what you want?
But it emphasized that, and I appreciate that. I got a strange key. Hold on one second, I'm catching up on chat here. The ruins of Silent Hill as an idea. And yeah, Josh, the hotel nurses. Every hotel's got like 20 nurses on staff, right? I mean, my gut says that probably a lot of the problems that the games encounter, and I guess this is one of the areas where I'm willing to forgive it and give it the benefit of the doubt, in terms of what the core game is versus what it's saddled with in terms of having to be part of the family, is a lot of stuff it has to do to kind of prove that, yes, this is Silent Hill, yes, you're in Silent Hill. Um, and things like nurses and iconic enemies, and even including Pyramid Head in a fashion that maybe he doesn't need to be. Um, all that stuff is sort of foisted on it, but looking at what it's doing beyond that is interesting enough for me to appreciate the story that it's putting together. It does one of them. Yeah, it's like you have to take two, like a split medallion or something. They're supposed to be from the graves of a couple of twins and then reunite them. And yeah, they're right near each other. So, is this? Oh yes, here's my door. Oh, there's my creepy brother.
Josh?
Again, every kid in Silent Hill runs. Oh, Alex.
Josh!
And that's why he was discharged from the army.
Please help me.
Well, we gave him like 50 tries, but he still just can't estimate distance.
Don't let me fall.
Went to shake my hand and walked 20 paces. I was right there in front of him. Tried to jump over a 3-foot hole and just tripped. Just shepherd. That's what we call a real shepherd of a jump.
Josh.
Yeah, Josh is a Josh doesn't have quite the draw as I think one of the things that makes like Cheryl more compelling as a runaway MacGuffin is, the trope of concerned father looking for daughter is kind of archetypal enough, right, to give you enough motivation to kind of understand what's going on. And it's understandable if you're a big brother and you want to find your little, kid brother, but it doesn't really have the same kind of emotional impact, I think, because sibling relationships are more complex and have a less archetypally understood value. I mean, spoilers are fine. This game's been out for, like, ever, right? 3 leans into everything that it was saddled with and wanted people to clap for that. I mean, yeah, that's kind of my feeling on it too. As it just sort of, again, it elaborated on the things about, and it's really bugging me how this picture is not centered with that icon, and it's also really bothering me that there's not adequate distance between the edge of the icon and the frame. So, yeah. I think that, I think that what you're saying is correct. That it does rip off. It does. Well, it's hard to say that it rips off because it is within the same series. It does continue to use similar enemy designs and purposes, but I feel like the fact that it is using original characters, that it's not trying to retell the same story and give a different perspective and arguably a less interesting one on a story whose strength relied on its ambiguity and is hard to pin down. Is Harry on drugs? Are these his dying visions? Is there really a cult? The fact that it is telling its own story with its own characters, however much that could be improved, I think is commendable. And I think does make it stronger creatively. at least. Oh, this is going into the greenhouse. Well, what you have is you have an entire town that is... Oh boy, here we go. You have an entire town that is complicit in perpetuating a multi-generational evil. It's not about, like, a cult. It's like, the thing about Silent Hill 1, right, is the evil in the town is attributable to this supernatural force that is being manipulated by an evil cult, and therefore the town is bad because the cult is bad. This is saying the town is bad because the town is bad, right? You've got the sheriff, you've got law, you've got government, you've got medicine. Um, there's some other I forget what the fourth family represents, but basically you have everything that makes up a town, and they're actively engaged in keeping this really awful thing going. And the way that they do that is by adopting practices that are multi-generational and ultimately hurt themselves. Um, it's a self-destruction that's aimed towards self-preservation. And I think that's a really interesting idea. It's a story that's about these characters in particular in terms of how that cycle got broken. Um, and it's also a story about how difficult the life is of somebody who breaks one of those multi-generational cycles. So, I mean, even if it was by accident. And I think you can argue the same thing being true in Silent Hill 3 because there is a parent-child dynamic there. But this is really more about, yeah, more about a town. So yes, that's my that's one angle of my pitch for why I like Homecoming. I think this is Mayor Bartlett. I think that it could be forefronted, but I think that that sort of overplays the hand, right? Like, you have to encounter that through a character and through their experience. So even if Alex's sort of moving through town could be done more strongly, I think that that's sort of your necessary window into that broader picture.
Mayor Bartlett? Mayor Bartlett!
Like, for instance, that's how I'm meeting Mayor Bartlett.
Mayor Bartlett, I need to talk to you.
Yeah? Well, make an appointment in my office.
What the hell's happened to Shepherd's Glen? You're the mayor.
I am
These
curious to
people
know
are
what
your
the
responsibility.
Now you listen to me.
function of the
I did everything I could to protect those people. But you can't
the
stop
dialogue
before it even started.
choices
What
are.
the hell else do you
I don't
want
feel
from
like they
me?
actually determine the outcome, and I also feel like, unlike Monkey Island, where you can exhaust all options and it's just a matter of the order and the number of interactions you want,
What about your son?
I don't feel
you wanna
like
protect him?
My boy?
this is giving me
didn't do much
access to
right
everything
with
in the
him.
story or denying
I
it
did buy him some nice
meaningfully.
things. Remember Joey? Remember that nice present I got you?
Oh,
I'm
there we
looking
go.
for my brother Joshua,
Tell me about
and I know
Joey.
he used to be friends with your son.
Um,
Have you seen either of them?
Joey? Joey doesn't want to play with you. Why do you want to know about him?
that's so weird. Somebody you kind of knew growing up telling you that your little brother doesn't want to play with you. I think that the subtext, no, I agree. I think that I mean, I don't remember exactly what Judge Holloway's. I mean, we'll see, of course, playing through it. I don't remember what Judge Holloway's
Because I thought he and Joshua
reveal
might be
is,
together. Do you know
and I
where
do
they
remember
are?
the ending
Maybe you
being
can
a
take
little.
me to them.
I'm not
Uh,
going anywhere with you, you freak.
I remember the
Can't you
ending
take a hit
being.
and get the hell away from me?
Oh, 1 second.
I just want to stay here and sleep in the garden. Oh. Joey loves...
I guess everybody who's crazy in Silent Hill knows about Joey. Um, but yeah, the ending I think took place in like a compound or something, and is a little strange uh, as a choice of a final level in Silent Hill.
Belongs to your son,
But
doesn't it? Where is he?
again, I think that the story, it's kind of like Silent Hill Shattered Memories.
Yes.
I think that they're
Joey.
trying to tell something
He
that
and my brother
is
were
in,
friends.
that is itself
I
quite
need to
interesting,
find him.
but the ways that they go about it, I think, could be improved.
You shouldn't have come back, Alex. Times are bad. People don't trust me anymore.
Oh, well, you'll love. I mean, this is the second in a series of streams that's focusing on the B-level Silent Hills. Just finished Silent Hill Shattered Memories, and we're doing this one. Then going to do Silent Hill Origins, and then after that, I want to say Silent Hill 4, but I feel like that one's maybe a little bit better in quality than what I'm looking for this stream chain. But it's going to end with Downpour, which I've never played before, so that will be a live experience.
You can't, Sage.
What's happening? What did you do? What is all this?
Oh, that's right. The bosses are all the kids of the town's leaders made monsters in Silent Hill. So if I'm remembering right, Mayor Bartlett, I guess maybe the Scorch. Boogle, Bone King, and I have been kind of like talking around this, kind of like there's like assumed knowledge. But kind of the high level here, I'll pause it to give this to you. The high level, Shepherd's Glen has a different kind of relationship with the other world, the misty, foggy stuff, and that sort of spiritual side. The way they maintain equilibrium is that like every 2 or 3 generations, one of the 4 founding families sacrifices their eldest child. And Alex was supposed to be the sacrifice for his family, but which is one of the reasons why when you go visit his home, he's not in any of the pictures. His parents knew they were going to have to give him up, so they just didn't give him love. They had a second kid because they wanted a kid, and that was Joey. They went out on a boat, and like Joey got killed, and then Alex was carted off. So in this scenario, all of the founding sort of like what do you call it? All of the founding families, their ritual got screwed up, basically. So now all the kids who were sacrificed are in the Silent Hill Otherworld, and they're twisted, and you're kind of like going through. And that's what this kid is here. Oop. I'm guessing I need to attack this thing. And not get punched. Oh wait, you know, maybe I need to get him to punch this. There we go. That's it. Okay, so I got to get him to punch those things, and then the meat sacks will drop down, and I can turn it. Bone King is fine. Getting punched by a giant monster. Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Oh, I get it. Also, it hurts his hand. Uniquely. And so it stops him from attacking. What? I'm guessing this is phase 2. It's kind of interesting how the unique enemy that they introduce here is kind of reflected in the the strategies and design of this character. Whoop. Okay, so I hit the arm, and then he's dead. Or down. And he goes back into a dirt grave. Oh, come on, Alex. Even James had the guts to be conscious when he fell down an endless pit. But yeah, I guess what I'm saying is, like, I'm not saying that, like, this is objectively a better game than 3. I'm not saying that either is really objectively better than the other. It's just for the things that I'm interested in, this game does more of it than 3 does. Thank you. Yeah, I kind of feel like I just figured out how to fight him right when it ended.
Anybody here?
Do I have any of my weapons? I do not, in fact. Yeah, no, Bone King, that's the thing, is like ultimately I'm not getting like a sense of disrespect for the difference of opinions. I just think we both have different opinions, and I think that we both have different opinions for good reasons. So it's not being contrarian, it's just disagreeing, and that's A-okay. That's great. What am I? Am I waiting on someone? Oh, I bet I'm in the jail. Do I have my flashlight? Oh, there's writing on the wall.
Deputy Wheeler.
Well, well. Back in the world of the living.
How did I get here?
I put you here. Haven't quite made up my mind about you yet.
Wheeler, come on, you know me. Let me out.
You won't be going anywhere till I get some answers.
Start talking. I don't know. Last thing I remember, I was in a greenhouse with Mayor Bartlett.
Sam Bartlett? That lunatic? Where is he? I got a couple of questions I'd like to ask him about what's been going on around here.
I don't remember, he went home. He's resting.
Well, you're not going to be able to ask him anything. He's dead.
Dead? Shit. Man, you better start telling me what you're up to, Alex. I want to know right now.
I'm just trying to find my brother, okay? I thought the mayor might know something. His son is missing too.
A lot of people are missing, but that doesn't give you the right to kill a man.
I didn't kill anybody.
Then what happened to
Like, the only people who can report somebody dead is the person who killed them. I didn't make the rules.
It was some kind of creature, but worse than the others. It came to life out of the goddamn tree. That's what killed him. And that's the truth. I swear.
So you've seen the creatures too?
We should get moving. I'm not sure it's safe here anymore. Follow me.
No. That's a flip.
Hurry up, follow me.
All I want is freedom to forget about my past. All I need is freedom, so my sanity will last. Are you seeking freedom from this wretched mental cell? Then look no further than yourself, for now you're trapped in hell. Well, that's not the surprise turn I was hoping for. Truth will set you free. That's every Silent Hill game, Ethan. Let's be honest. Oh wait, sorry, that's Josh that wrote that.
Looks clear. Stay close.
Where are my weapons, though? Oh, I guess if he found me... Stay close. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to be a video game protagonist for like 20 minutes.
Shit, we're not going that way.
I wonder, can he see the save sign? Is he saving his game frequently and often? Is he staggering his save files? What exactly is the Shepherd Hill PD's stance on save scumming?
Hold up, I gotta think. Listen, I think I know someone that can help us out. And the doctor's tied up in all the same
Excuse me.
shit as the mayor.
Doc Fitch?
Yeah, they all know a hell of a lot more than they're letting on. And I'm sick of being in the dark.
They? Who are you talking about?
No time for that now, Alex. Just trust me. We need to get to the doctor before something happens to him, too.
Stand back. Come on. The exit is this way. No! This isn't good.
Oh yeah, these weird hammerhead things.
Here's in the chief's office. Run that way.
Ah.
Alex! Wheeler! Come in! I'm on my way to the sheriff's station. Something's after me!
Elle, head to the parking lot behind the station. We'll meet you there.
Clear a path in the lobby and break down the barricade.
I was hoping I'd get his shotgun.
Ready?
Though it does seem like a questionable choice to give the more powerful weapon to the sheriff's kid instead of, you know, using it yourself. Yeah, well, yeah, also, like, Alex, Houdini. Such a simple, rights-free name. Um, alright, cool. That's kind of neat to make the, I think from an art design point of view, it is interesting to make the reticle like the little mark of Samael.
Wheeler!
Oh god! There we go. I need to heal up. But yeah, no, oh, whoop. What? Oh, I'm gonna die, aren't I? There we go. Hey Viper, it's great to see you. It's been a while. Oh wow. There's just like a... I don't know if I'm actually supposed to be fighting these things. Can I hop over? Is it my turn? Thank you. Oh wow. Okay, they can grab you through that. So this is an area where clearly I'm not meant to clear everything out. So I think I'm going to do here, I'm going to take a quick break, and I'm going to load another save file, because I don't feel like losing four health vials to a situation that I misread, gameplay-wise. So, on the, I was actually thinking about this while I was out for a second. I have a friend who is about 10 years younger than me, and her first Silent Hill was actually Homecoming, and she found it, oh, it's so weird. Like, all right, I'm gonna finish that story in a second, but it's so weird to go to the menu and see it at 60 FPS when the rest of the game, not even the stuff behind there, is 60 FPS. Anyway, so yeah, Homecoming was her first Silent Hill game, and she loved it so much that she has since just consumed the entire series. And so, even though I think many of us who have, been with the Silent Hill games since maybe even Silent Hill 1, which came out when I was in undergrad. I think this game carries enough of what's good about Silent Hill to captivate a new audience and bring them in, and introduce them to the ones that I think we would think are more nuanced and sophisticated. But yeah, I think that's a point in this game's favor, or at least is evidence that it's doing something right.
Gears in the chief's office. Run that way.
One of the challenges that I run into is that my preference is to kill everything that moves, especially in a survival horror game where it's generally wiser not to kill everything. If you can kill everything, it's usually a sign of good resource management and skill, and that's kind of where I like to take my sort of like play style in games like this. And so I prefer when it's a section where it's like you need to run. I like for that to be clearly signaled, because I will try and fight, because I make very bad choices. This looks kind of like an amalgam between Silent Hill 3's weird flesh monster thing and the mannequin enemies from Silent Hill 2. So this dude's gonna be on my right. Oh god! I just want this thing. Do they? I had never looked closely at them. Oh god. What are you guys doing? Oh. I didn't need 2 shotgun blasts on that one. I could have just done a shotgun and a pistol. Right? Well, it's kind of in the same category of like, gun ammunition being found and just kind of like lying around, actually lying around a police station in general, like in RE2. Granted, they were under a zombie attack, so that maybe seems a little more reasonable, but nonetheless. Persuasion pellets. And all of them together are what you call a multi-front argument. What am I looking at here? Yeah, I gotta say, encountering the police in this game is a very strange experience, especially given how the Seattle Police Department are behaving right now. Only time will tell who has the will to live. I feel like I should have a hint somewhere here about what this is. Let's see. 0207? Oh, it's more than that. Hmm. Six two four eight seven two was from a different area. Let's see. But let's try it anyway. Nope. Nope. I would like keypad controls to be crisp and responsive. Bondage demon? Oh yeah, right. Yeah, this is the thing that's the combination between the Silent Hill 3 monsters and the mannequins. Oh. I was expecting a boss fight.
Thanks. Alex, where's Wheeler?
I don't think he made it.
Yeah, I know.
Come on. We need to find Dr. Finch.
We'll be safe underground. Come on.
Oh my god, how can you even lift that thing? Animal covers are impossible to open without a tool. There was an entire puzzle off of it in Resident Evil 2. I can't believe you haven't played that game. Saijima, yes, you're right. I mean, honestly, if the two of them can lift a manhole cover, I don't even know why they're bothering to use weapons. They can just take those monsters and rip them in half. Or do a bell ringer on them and lift them up and just kind of clock them straight into a wall. Bell ringer makes everyone cringe. You can feel it. It's like the sympathy pain in your spine. Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, but yeah, with an introduction like
Are you okay?
like that,
It's getting worse.
I did expect that fight to last a little longer.
The whole town is falling apart. And there's
nothing we can do about it.
Counterpoint, there is no such thing as a good sewer level.
We're never gonna find it.
Your sister.
Oh, it said Nora.
No.
Oh, it said Norm. Norm
She
Holloway.
vanished when all of this started.
Your mom told me things had changed.
Yeah, sewer levels and water levels are just are the least interesting things to me environmentally.
We're gonna find her, okay?
On Saturday evenings at 7 p.m. Pacific, I've been doing a VR playthrough of Resident Evil 7, and just finished the main campaign, and we're about to get to do the Chris and Joe Baker, Joe has my heart Baker, DLCs, and it is a little frustrating to me that for Chris's side quest for Chris's story they chose the caverns, which are basically the sewer levels. Why is there an entire freaking car in the sewers? Also, why are there plants? Where's the light coming from? Yes, End of Zoe is in VR too, and let me tell you what, that power bomb against Swamp Thing Jack is chef's kiss quality experience.
Alex, there's a valve by that gate. Maybe it opens the gate.
I beg your pardon! I wrote 2 FAQs about it back in my GameFAQs days. How dare you accuse me of such a thing? I got every single SP item in File 1 and File 2 when there weren't even achievements attached to it. I will fight you. I will fight you. Sewer levels are also the devil because I can't, like, I have to pay attention to them. Or else I get lost. No, I'm sorry, Ethan, I don't think... Oh, okay, well that's gonna help. I don't think you understand. It's not that I can't beat it on normal, it's that I have a hero's story arc whereby I have been out of the field for long enough, much like Kiryu, who lost his fighting skills when he was in jail for 10 years, and now I have an ascent to make, at which point I will defeat my spiritual brother on top of Millennium Tower. Like you do in Resident Evil Outbreak. Right, all part of the hero's journey. I want a map. Where am I? Oh, God. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna hold it open. You come through. Okay, let's go.
Okay. These are awfully strange sewers. Yes, it is The Last of Us. Oh, God. Oh, that's... I gotta say, like, that's kind of awesome. So, like, the fact that I can cut off its head with the axe, so it has a different... The model responds differently to different weapons. And, And also that cutting off its head does not kill it. Or I guess it did there. I mean, I don't have to, but it's very much a stop and smell the roses scenario, I feel. I have an axe and I would definitely like to hit things with it. Cool. Although the fact that it is a sewer level definitely lends credence to the advice. One thing that I think it does do well is tying, like, instead of like lock and key fetch quests where you like go get a specific key to open something. I mean, it has those, of course, but having the areas be opened with new weapons that you get, it's not unique to this game, but I think it's a good idea. Smell their bleeding snub roses? Yes! They call me the gardener. You know, I actually might want to stagger my save data on this one. Sewer map? Cool. I think one of the challenging things about sewer levels also is that a lot of the words that are used to mark locations like sluice, spillway, bilge tank kind of don't mean a whole lot to me on the regular. Oof. That's no good. Swear to God, L, it's a really bad idea to try to scare me from around a corner. Okay. This is a dead end and therefore might contain treasures. If this does not contain treasures, I have criticisms. Yes, my criticisms stand. Why did I duck under for no reward? They want you to feel like you made a big aimless mistake by coming down here. Oh. I always remember the L? Come on.
This thing's not moving. Alex, there's another gate here I can open. Go back the way we came in and I'll let you through.
How do you know this? Oh, it's literally right there. Never mind. Okay. So I need to go to gate 4. You're right. I think that if we really held Neil Druckmann's feet to the fire, I bet we'd find out exactly how much The Last of Us owes to Silent Hill Homecoming. What did it do? I seem to remember earlier on it being more insistent that I have some sort of killing blow moment for each enemy. That seems to no longer be a requirement. Yes, like the stomp. Yeah. But yeah, I remember it was like, it was part of the tutorial that that you had to do that to finish them off. Or maybe I'm thinking of a different game that I played recently. Yeah, this is right. I mean offline. I do play games without streaming them. You got me.
Just like last time. I'll hold it open, you come through.
Yep, that's me. Never not online. June 1987. Oh, weird. Huh. I thought that it was bugged out, but maybe it was actually trying to attack her as its primary target. Is that? No, it's just a light. It was. I'm really... This is a very dry sewer. I feel like this enemy is meant to function better in maybe a more open area, which might be why they made the level like design this large, this wide. But so far, I've only encountered it in like very narrow areas, like the hotel hallway. I didn't see her her wince animation. Game does need a quick turn. all the pistol ammo I'm getting, I'm wondering if I should be using that more. Was this an optional area? Okay. Well, the map goes that way, which leads me to think I'm probably supposed to go toward the areas with names. But, I don't see a way over there. No, all the level design is pointing to this way being the way forward. There we go. Is this one of the ones I use? It in fact is not. I think if you were to take an index of all of my save files across adventure games, you would probably find more games having been abandoned at save files marked sewers than any other location. Is this... Am I back at the start? No, I'm not. Okay. And there is no cheese at the end of this tunnel.
Alex, there's just no way to open the gate from this side. I'll head down the tunnel to find a way to open it.
Am I about to have to fight a bunch of enemies while I wait for her to open this? Oh god, yep. No, run, dude. Oh wow, that actually killed it. Wait, that's not... frozen in place. Right? Well, this looks like a brightly lit level where I can be attacked from all angles. Cool. Oh God! Alright, camera, when I roll, do not change. Okay, cool. Ah, good. Bloody spot that looks like it has a trinket of my friend. What? Oh, hold on. What's this? Nora Holloway sitting on the town hall steps. Nora's always reading that book. She likes the caterpillar. I like the cat. Oh, it's Alice in Wonderland. Siam. Oh, okay. I guess it's kind of like, because they're two bodies that are stuck together, it's kind of like Siamese. Again, Shepherd's Glen's manhole is supposed to be made out of, like, I don't know, cardboard or drywall or something. So where am I? Oh, I'm outside my house. If I remember right, I think something is about to happen that is simultaneously goofy and also kind of cool. His parents' logic? How do you mean? Right. As if the fact that the child will survive is like the only motivation you have for not being a terrible parent. Okay, maybe I'm supposed to go to the lake?
Alex, come in. Are you there?
Wheeler, are you all right?
Hey, I've been better, but I'm okay. Did you find Elle?
Yeah. We got separated. I'm looking for her now. Where are you?
I'm just now leaving the station to find Fitch. Look, we need to stick together. Meet me at his office. Maybe he knows where Elle is.
Okay, I'll meet you there. God, I hope Elle's okay.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with any of this. I think I'm getting bit. Oh, or am I not? Okay, cool. Alright, I made it to the cutscene.
Hey. Excuse me. Sir. Hey, you. Dr. Fitch?
What do you want?
Are you alright? Whose blood is that? What have you done?
Stay away from me.
Oh no, I didn't make it to the cutscene enough! They're still out here! Well, I've never seen a cutscene completely refill my health, so that probably wasn't a waste of an item. Right? Those dogs have had good training. Good cutscene training. Drama's best friend, that's right. Wow. Got a little bit of Silent Hill Shattered Memories dropping into Homecoming. Yeah, right? It's just like, oh my god, guys, come on. Here at Duck Fitches, we're not just about health, we're about shame. Right? Oh, this is gonna be a creepy doll moment, isn't it? Does the head turn around? I'm glad we can all agree, just across every horror game, that we have given children nightmares to play with when they're young. Yes, that's Doc Fitch's little secret. That's like that he is actually an 8-year-old child. Hmm. It is strange the generation that they're implying this child is, because I remember I had one of these when I was a kid, but I was like a kid in like, I don't know, like the early 80s? I mean, I know I was a kid in the early 80s, that wasn't a question or a doubt, but like, I kind of felt like, I feel like, oh, for God's sake, seriously? I feel okay about that use of ammo. Anyway, I kind of get the feeling that these kids were like kids in like the 90s, so it seems like it's like a weird thing to give them as an object. Well, one thing I do notice that they do with the level design, this was true in the hotel, and I think it might have been true in some of the other areas, where you pass by doors that are locked, and instead of using like a key to enter them, they kind of use it as a monster closet, like all these nurses were hiding out in here. And then while I was in there and I triggered something, this door opened and they all came out. Oh, cool. I can now Bioshock-esque stab myself with this experimental medicine and become incrementally stronger. I was so disappointed that you missed our appointment last Thursday. This is the third time in a month that you've not appeared at the allotted time. I implore you to reschedule as soon as you can. Progress, stress, important, regular, speedy. Forward, you, soon, Slater, resident, Alchemilla. Cool. Not only have they not updated their cautionary signage since the 1930s, they also haven't updated their medical charts since the 1800s. All right. Time to stab myself with medicine, question mark? All right. I feel like they used the wrong icon for this key in the inventory, because that's got the little slot on it that the key in the hotel did, and this, well, this doesn't. Hey Bishop, it's good to see you. Yeah, I played this to like 100% when it came out back in 2010, and started to revisit it
Creepy.
last year. But this is the first full playthrough that I've made of it in a while. Hey Roundelay, it's good to see you. Aw, he's just trying to make the same boat the doll is. Come on, Alex. Full of drama. Takes place in October 2007. Yeah, I kind of feel like the events that, if I'm remembering right, the events that like sent Shepherd's Glen to hell happened about 3 years prior, so that would have been 2006. So the kids were, excuse me, teenagers. I conceivably could put them at the right age for all this whatnot happening in the late 90s. Well, this doll transported me to this nether hell. Might as well keep it. Oh, come on. That's super Blair Witchy. And I don't need that in my life. Yeah, I feel like I can see Silent Hill 2 being a 90s game, or being set in the 90s, but I get the feeling that Silent Hill 1 is very much a late 80s moment. Setting is the word I'm looking for. Oh, creepy little brother who I...
Josh, stop!
Fail to... what? Grasp distances. Oh no. Stairs to everywhere. Yeah, yeah, I've got to say, the Blair Witch turning to face the wall thing, um, it got me during with the original Blair Witch in the theaters. It got me with RE7, and it gets me here. It is an effective way to freak me out. Yeah. The movie was okay. Again, Alex with the difficulty with the depth perception. Wait, did that say something? It did not. Can I jump? I can, in fact, jump. Movie had the most inappropriate use of a Johnny Cash song ever. Yeah, that's right. When it had Ring of Fire show up after, wait, it wasn't Harry, it was, what was her name? It's been so long since I've seen the movie, I forgot what, Harry Analog's, name was. Rose, that's it, thank you. I was surprised that they made Dahlia sympathetic. Ugh. No more dolls, please, thank you. Alright, was there something? Prompt? Drop down? Oh, god damn it. Gotta say, I do want my weapon switching to be a little crisper than it is in this game. Hey nerd, guess who didn't come packaged with a jump animation? That's right, buddy, it's you. Though I am curious, does this mean that he's not going to show me his vitals? Man. Jumping into danger seems like a bad idea. On the other hand, I feel like I'm going to be wasting a lot of ammo. Let's... Yeah. Alright. There we go. Was that so hard? About our check-ins is... Information about our patients is strictly confidential and should not be discussed in public places. Thank you for respecting our patients' privacy. Oh, no, 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 I don't want to be holding the gun when I do this. I can just see Alex trying to shoot each one of them. And just chewing straight through pistol ammo. It's good to meet you too, Bone King. If you're around on Saturday night, feel free to subscribe and you'll get an alert when we do End of Zoe. Do an End of Zoe first because Joe Baker. And then Chris's mission in VR in RE7. Staff only beyond this point. Well, damn it! Not only am I here after visiting hours, but just breaking all kinds of rules. I kind of remember this. I'm remembering something being set down there. It's interesting. I mean, having spaces like this, they really can only leave an impression unless you have a very particular kind of spatial memory. I don't think that you remember them as such. I like this. Victims of violence will be supported in the referral of the matter to senior staff. So that basically means that if there's a fist fight in the hallway, they're going to send in Doc Fitch. You don't want to see Doc Fitch angry. Yeah, Viper, I hear that Downpour is probably the worst of the series, and just to, I don't know if you were here when I was explaining kind of what I'm doing here. So I just finished Silent Hill Shattered Memories, and we're doing Homecoming now. Next up is going to be, Jesus, creepy little brother running around. We're going to be doing Silent Hill Origins after that, and then Downpour. So we're kind of doing all the B-list Silent Hills, though Bone King has corrected me that Downpour is definitely D-list. But yeah, that's the plan. And out of all of these, Downpour is the one that I have not played. So that will be a fresh experience live on stream. I think I've got the archive up as highlights on my on the Twitch channel, and if not, I'm trying to get YouTube to allow me to upload videos that are longer than I don't know, a couple of hours on the Deltahead Media account. I think it lets me do that with my personal account because it maybe was grandfathered in from some older rules, but it seems to be very fussy about doing that on the this account. I'm actually kind of surprised they haven't offered me like a save point or anything yet. Unless I missed one, I think that it would blend in well enough with the environment that it would be very easy to. Okay, that is a point of no return, so we're going to come back here. Let's see what's behind this door. Nope. Frozen in carbonite. Hazardous voltage. Oh, I actually don't want to do that. There might be a safe spot back here. What? I heard the screams, but I think I missed its source. Is that a new weapon? Okay, yeah, it looks like it replaces my iron pipe. Cool. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I missed that. So I'm curious, is there I'm looking for a save point here, but I think that, I mean, if I got a new item, I'm assuming that just otherworld things, that's right. I have a feeling that there's probably something that I needed a crowbar to open, but I didn't observe it, so I've got to backtrack. Over here, no. Unless all of this has changed now. And we've got weird spatial shenanigans. Yeah, I'm thinking spatial shenanigans are on the menu here. Oh, right, lever. Okay. Okay, I guess the progress marker was to get the crowbar, and then the other world shifts things behind you. Yes, Alex, this in fact can get worse. Who's... Oh, bugs. I feel like pulling these levers and stepping through the traps. Oh, okay, I get it. That's what I did. I feel like I'm bracing for a moment where they turn on while I'm trying to move through. Maybe require urine samples. Oh wow, that's kind of neat. Please wait to give a urine sample until you see the doctor or nurse. Please do not take initiative. However, if you have to take initiative, we understand. I saw a lever. Is this a puzzle? Okay, that's 1, 5, and 6 are going. So that turns on 4. This changes 5. So now if I pull this one, it should stop both 4 and 5. Well, this doesn't appear to be my having forward at all. Oh, okay. Yeah, it appears to not want to turn things off that, where they're both on. Doesn't seem to like that. Yeah. Oh, okay, I see. It's like a sliding. It's like a sliding block puzzle. Okay. So I got to transfer the power to 4, transfer the power to 4 over to 3, and then I can go through. Got it. Thank you for verbalizing it. 9 times out of 10 with spatial logic puzzles, I just kind of flail around until my intuition gets it right. Which, as I recall, playing 7th Guest with Boogle a couple of years ago was kind of maddening for somebody with a mathematics angle. There we go. Save game. Jeez. Yes. Let's overwrite the sewers and never speak of them again. Let's see, what time are we at? 9:43. I feel like this is probably a good place to call it. Getting kind of tired. But yeah, thank you everybody for coming out. Next week at 7 p.m. PST, we're gonna do part 3 of Silent Hill Homecoming. I'm guessing this is probably a 4-part game in terms of time it's gonna take to finish. So yeah, and then as I mentioned to Bone King before they took off, I will be doing End of Zoe for Resident Evil 7, End of Zoe, and also Chris's Not a Hero scenario in VR. So that's also 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So yeah, and just a quick repeat of the message at the top of the hour. One of the things that the studio that I'm working with as a writer and narrative designer, they're called Poorly Timed Games. They have a donation matching campaign for bail support for protesters unfairly imprisoned or detained during the Black Lives Matter protest. So if you go to their Twitter, Poorly Timed Game, just singular, you'll see that campaign at their pinned tweet. If you donate, send them a message, either DM or over Twitter, they'll match it. So yeah, thanks everybody for coming out, and I will see you on Saturday, I hope, and if not then, Tuesday. Good night. That's curious. Congratulations, you get to watch the after show of me figuring out why my computer doesn't want to stop the stream.